This is a video about networking and how it has worked for me and some of the benefits that I've achieved because I had or have a strong network, because it's something that I maintain and I try to build on a probably 3 months basis. I try to add someone new to my network. But I realized that back in Jamaica, I wasn't so forthcoming about meeting other people and staying in connect with people. And I realized, in retrospect, had I done that, I probably would have gotten a really good job in Jamaica. LinkedIn kind of work. But the LinkedIn work over here so too. And I see it happen. It happened for me in a sense, if you want to call it that. But it really started with me going back to school. And I remember back at UTech, I usually would sit at the back of the class or in the middle of the class. And even though I would read before my classes, I wouldn't actually participate in the classes. I was, very introverted. I still am. But I find that in the Canadian culture, people are a little bit more talkative and little bit more approachable, and they're more inviting in the sense that they will initiate a conversation with you, like literally just about anywhere you see them. Restroom, coffee line, bus stop, in the bus, in the hallway. Somebody always want to talk. So I'm like, all right, cool. So attending school as an international student, I made sure I sat at the front of the classroom and I was prepared for all of my class, because at the end of the day, I'm in a foreign country. Nobody knows who I am. The professors are very approachable. They're very nice. They're very kind. And I wanted them to notice that I was there. So I sat at the front. I mean, they're going to notice that I'm there because I'm probably the only Jamaican in the class. From the standpoint of being, able to participate in my classes and to contribute to my classes and to be on top of my game, it was gonna put me ahead of my peers in terms of a networking standpoint. One thing for certain, professors are from the corporate world, and guess where you want to be? In the corporate world. So ideally, I wanted to be that student that they would pick on if their former employer asks for a student who, is a recent graduate or graduating very soon, to say, hey, we need a student. They need to be this, and this. I needed to fit that profile. And if in the future I needed a reference, I needed to have such a dynamic with my professors that, it's going to play to my advantage. In a sense, building relationships and network and keeping in touch with them. Even to this very day, I talk to some of my professors. So I did that for the 2 years that I attended school, and along the way, at the end of the semester, I'm having their private numbers and their private emails, and some of my professors I will meet on occasion to have like coffee or stuff or stuff like that. So when I went into the corporate setting, I applied the same principle in a sense. So my friend was like, yo, Daniel, how you talk to these people? And I'm like, cool. But first of all, you need to pick on people who are, in a certain capacity and that can pull you up. But I socialize with people from, a different grade level or a lower grade level than myself, because sometimes you're in a pinch and you need that extra support. And sometimes they're the ones that are willing to help you with it. And again, I talk to everybody. Once you're friendly, may we talk to you. We come sit down with you at lunchtime. A girl, I go sit down and build a vibe and build a vibes, like literally. I don't care, make a talk to you. But building my career is a whole different approach. I remember when I just started at my company, we had 4 managers in my department, including my personal manager. I was building the dynamic with her on a day-to-day basis because I'm new and she's showing me around and letting me meet new people and just my day-to-day activities. So even to this day, I still almost refer to her as my manager because I still go to her for advice, and she helped me to navigate certain, things within the organization. But I remember when I started, within the 3 months, I booked a meeting with all of the managers within my department, I send them a little private message saying, hey, I'm new to the company. I would like to know how your role fit into the bigger picture. And it, you know, send them an invitation, and they either can accept it or deny it. And they all accepted the invitation. So, a girl gone through the door. Gone through the door, literally gone through the door. Now, engaging with them and having these one-on-one conversations, I really allow them to talk about themselves. People like to talk about themselves. Give people the opportunity to talk about themselves, and them tell you probably way too much than what you actually need to know in some situation. Anyways, I would go into their offices and I let them lead. Tell me about their personal life. They have children, they're married, they like to travel, they like to do this, they like to do that. All right, cool. So when it was my time to say something to them, I never tell them nothing about my family. I tell them how I can be of benefit to them. So I literally had, my career plan and my goals and my aspiration from a professional standpoint. And this is where I was selling who I was, like literally telling them. I'm going to tell them about no like for travel. I'm going to tell them about how I like to eat Jamaican food. I'm going to tell them some of them not going to remember that. But when them have a little project on the side where them need somebody for, Daniel can do it. So that's how I build my relationship within the organization. And even though I did that within the department itself, I took it outside of the department. People that would see me in the hallway and just talk to me, and they're high profile people within the company, meeting, send them an email. I've been admiring you from a distance. I would like to be in your position one day, and I would like to hear your backstory. Relationship. So every time, you can schedule every 6 months, every 3 months, something like. Keep talking to these people and keep building your relationship. They will pour into you. You have ambition, you're going somewhere, you have a pathway that you may need some direction on. Them are gonna help you. Them literally gonna help you. But if you come and work every day, sit down in a cubicle, you're not talking to nobody, and have this approach that your workplace is your workplace and you collect your check and you go home and you not talk to people, I don't necessarily agree with that. It just depends on what is the conversation you're having with these people. Leave the personal conversation alone. Leave it outside the door. Until the next time, whenever you meet these people, always engage with them and let them know where you're trying to be professionally, and they will help you. Like, that's just my 2 cents. It worked for me. I try to encourage other people to do it. I'm introverted, so it's hard for me to even talk to people, but for the most part, when people are more approachable or when people initiate conversation, I'm ready to let loose, right? But me not gonna approach them. Or if I do, it's always an email. Me asking them for, the opportunity to sit and talk to them and hear their backstory is always an email. It's never a face-to-face conversation because, a girl not quite there yet. But try it. Try it and let me know it worked for you. But thank you for watching. See you later.